our team consists of Angela, Bing, Andrew, and myself, Lon. So, to get started, our project this quarter was Crowdsourced Travel Planner, former name. We go by Journeyboard now. So, our project partner and mentor was Yunhan. Um, purpose of Journeyboard. So, Journeyboard was designed to make travel planning more interactive by having users discover experiences contributed by other travelers, and you can organize those experiences on your as your own personal trips as well. So, purpose of this project was to simplify the travel experience. Traditionally, travel planning, a person would go on like several blog posts or Instagram to see like what people actually are doing on vacation. Journey Board, we want to bring all those pieces together in a central area where users can contribute and discover other experiences. Hey, it's Lon from the Journey Board group. So during the quarter, my contributions to the project was to create the Flask structure, doing user authentication, and the experiences API. So to start, very early in the project, I created the Flask skeleton. So we use an app structure so Flask could access config settings, database, and routes all in one area. So you can see the repo right over here. This design was kind of initially what I did. So we have Andrew's like models here. We have the routes, all the endpoints for the APIs, and then we have the styling sheets and config and extension. So after that, authentication was a big thing. A lot of other features rely on authentication. So uh, data that was not made public, I guess, on the app needed authentication to protect that. So this was the next feature for that. As we start off here, we can see the first function, register. When a new user goes in the site, register is in charge of validating the username, email, password, and then passwords are hashed through the user database as well through this function. So after that, we have user login. So this same thing verifies user credentials from the database and then uses Flask login. Flask login was a very powerful dependency that I used during this. Um, this allowed us to, after user is authenticated, refer to current user, and that that session would dictate who owns or creates a resource in our application. Um, Once authentication was created, we were able to replace hard-coded, filler data, if you will, and other features with the user authentication ID. So current user dot like ID was used in a lot of other features, and that was as a result of making this. Um, so next part was the experience feature that I kind of talked about earlier. So experience is pretty much like a place or activity that users can contribute in Journeyboard. So this is like kind of the where the search bar is kind of like using data from experience. And we wanted to make browsing experiences public, but CRUD operations, we wanted that to require authentication. We didn't want like, just an unauthenticated user going and like deleting experiences in our application. So some of the routes for experiences are protected through Flask login as well.
So for this portion of the project, I worked on testing the API using Postman. Like I said, I created an executable Postman collection organized around the routes currently implemented in our Flask backend. So I organized the tests into sections covering our basic pages, authentication, the trip, crude, operations, and validation. Authentic behavior as well as the ratings. Just my all the code for the Postman's just really straightforward. Testing all the APIs, and this is the Postman collection or the Postman app here, where I posted my code into this into here, and this is where my terminal, where I set up the test basically. Okay, so for the first one, I'm just going to show you health and pages. For the health check here, as you can see, this is a test that are meant for this. And if we go to params, do the send, we get a 200 OK. So for each request, I added automated assertions rather than just manually checking the response. For this, for example, this health check, it verifies the expected HTTP status code and it confirms that the response is JSON, and it checks that the required response fields are all present. Here I'm just sending the request to our Flask application that's running locally. Sorry, that's what I meant here for the terminal. And so, like I said, we received a 200 OK response from the API, and the automated postman test passed, confirming that the endpoint is behaving as expected. So that's exactly what we want. And I'm just going to quickly show you. This is for the home page. This is the test scripts. This is the parameters. We're going to click send. So again, the 200 OK. Everything's working fine. The search page here. Here's the test. Again, we'll go back to the parameters. 200 OK. Everything's working fine. Test page, trips page. Here's the test. Here you go. Okay. So it's not just that too. I have folders for all of these: the authentication setup, the trip crude, the authentication behavior, and the ratings, and all that beautiful stuff. But overall, this gives us a repeatable way to just test the APIs and identify incorrect responses and the validation problems, as well as any other API issues that may continue as development continues and grows.
My name is Bang Huang. I'm a member of the crowdsourced travel planner project team. Our application is called Journeyboard, and I want to quickly go through a quick demo of our app. So Journeyboard is an app that lets users discover local trips, create and share geotagged travel experiences, rate recommendations, and organize their own trips. This is the home page. Up top is the navigation bar. We have the search page, the trips page, and I'm currently logged in using my own account. So if we scroll down, these are the latest experiences. We scroll down even more, there's an interactive map with the exact pop-up markers for each experience. You can either go to that experience through the pop-up marker or from the list on the right. Let's go to one. So there's the name, the summary, the location in latitude and longitude, community rating. You cannot rate your own experience, only users from different accounts can. Let's test it out quick. So if I log in using a different account, here, and let's go to Pike Place Market Walk. So here you can finally rate the experience. Just choose a rating, submit rating, go back to home. Oh. Let's go to search. There we go. So you can see two different ratings for the trips, and here we already on the search page. On the search page, you can search by keyword and locations. Filters their locations and ratings, so you can go through locations, pick the filters, and there you go. For the trips page, so that's only for authenticated users. You can create your own trip and make up your organize your own summary. If let's say if I log out, I won't be able to see the trips page. So you can only use that page once you're authenticated and log in. All right. So my primary responsibility was UI UX, navigation, responsive accessibility, and Mapbox integrations.
Hello, my name is Angela Colville, and I would like to discuss my contributions to Journeyboard. So my three main areas were the Trip CRUD API, the ratings, as well as the trip management UI. So CRUD stands for create, read, update, and delete. I implemented the API endpoints that let users perform each of these actions on their trips. I also added validation for trip names and ownership protection so users can only access trips connected to their own account. For ratings, I added support for ratings from 1 through 5. The API calculates the average rating and total rating count while preventing duplicate ratings and preventing users from rating their own experiences. Finally, I connected the Trip API to a responsive interface where users can create, rename, and delete their trips directly. So now I'm going to go into my live trip management demo. And here's the trip management page from the user's point of view. I'm the user, Ogan Koval, and here it shows my username. Because trips are connected to the logged in user, each user sees only their own trip collection. And when this page loads, the front end sends a GET request to retrieve that user's trips. So I will now create a new trip called Portland Weekend. When I submit the form, the front end sends a post request to the create endpoint and saves the trip to the database, and the new trip now appears on the list. I can also rename it. I'll change the name to Portland Summer Weekend. And here, as you can see, this sends a put request to the update endpoint, and the interface displays the updated name. Finally, I can delete a trip that I no longer need. So I no longer need week in Tokyo. I will delete that. And the application asks for confirmation before sending a delete request and removing the trip from the list. And here you can see that it's been removed from the list. So together, these actions demonstrate the create, read, update, and delete endpoints through the user interface. The interface also adapts to smaller screens, so the form, trip cards, and action buttons remain easy to use on, say, mobile devices. Next, I will be going into my ratings code demonstration. So the ratings feature does not currently have a complete user interface, so I'll briefly show its backend implementation. Each rating connects one user to one experience through foreign keys. The unique constraint prevents a user from rating the same experience more than once. Here it is. And the check constraint ensures that the ratings stay between 1 and 5. In conclusion, Journeyboard brings travel discovery, interactive mapping, community ratings, and personal trip management together in one application. As a team, we built the database structure, backend APIs, authentication system, map functionality, testing tools, and user interface. There are several ways Journeyboard could continue to grow. Future development could include improving search and filtering, allowing users to add specific experiences directly to their trips, and adding more detailed planning tools. The rating system could also be expanded to include written reviews and additional community features. With further development, testing, and deployment, Journeyboard could become a useful platform for discovering destinations and organizing travel plans. I would say that this project gave us valuable experience with full stack development, particularly GitHub collaboration and integrating work across multiple branches. Thank you so much for watching our Journeyboard demonstration.